What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. So we are taking a look at Microsoft's Flight Simulator 2020 running on our Shadow Cloud PC with the Boost package. This is their intro package with the Intel Xeon E5-2678 4-core 8-thread processor, the Quadro P5000 GPU, 12 gigabytes of RAM running at 2400 megahertz, a 256 gigabyte SSD. Will be at 1440p resolution with the medium preset, which is the default the game wanted to run at. So that's kind of how I've been testing this game. It's tough to run as it is. I've been interested to see how it runs on the recommendations from the game and go from there. So here we are on our stream settings. I like to show you this with Shadow so you can see where we're at. We're running our variable refresh rate up to 165 because that's what my local monitor does. You can see our latency there doing very well. No packet loss. Here's my display, 165 FPS at 1440p. Shadow is running that at a variable refresh rate, and I'll be using my Xbox One controller along with the keyboard. So let's go ahead and jump over into the settings, and I'll show you here we're full screen, 1440p, medium preset, and I didn't change anything else, and this was the defaults, like I said, that the game wanted me to run at. So I figured we'd test it there. I know it's not going to go higher ultra on the Boost package, so I figured I'd see what it would do with medium, since that's what it wanted to go for. So we'll jump into some gameplay and we'll check out how it's running here. Alright, so here we are getting ready to go on the runway. Now every system I test this on gets horrible performance on the runway when we're first starting out. Now the CPU on Shadow is really starting to show its age on the Boost package, unfortunately. And you can see a lot of 100% there in the beginning, and 90-some% was hitting our frame rate. But once we get going, once everything kind of starts getting loaded in, and especially when you're in the air, the performance is better. So we're going to go ahead and get through this takeoff, and then we'll see how things do once we're more loaded into the game, and everything's kind of doing what it needs to do. Now, as I had said in another video of mine, testing this on maximum settings Cloud PC, with their 2080 build tier, their high-end tier, I also get the same GPU usage as I'm getting here on Shadow. Normally testing games on Shadow, on maximum settings, whatever, even on virtual machines, I will still get normally 80s and 90s, 99% usage on GPU, on hard-to-run games, and things like that. On Flight Simulator 2020, on virtual machines running NVIDIA-type cards, I'm just not getting that. I'm not getting the full performance out of them. But I just want to say that again in this video. Similar idea, completely different service. Quadro P5000 though is still NVIDIA, still giving me similar issues with this game. It's kind of leaning me towards believing it's the game and its optimization more than anything else, since any NVIDIA VM I run the game on, it kind of seems to not tap into the full performance. But anyways, let's move on with the benchmark here. We got a bunch of different camera angles. The game does run smoothly. So once you're in flight, once everything's kind of loaded in, Shadow Boost, even at medium settings, this game is gorgeous, and it does a fantastic job running the game either way. So definitely more than playable. You can definitely play Flight Simulator 2020 on Shadow Boost, and you won't have any real problems at all. And I'm hoping they optimize this game with some updates in the future, because like I said, on VMs that have NVIDIA GPUs I'm having a lot of trouble, but on local machines with NVIDIA GPUs I'm getting great performance. So we'll see what happens with that in the future. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of the gameplay, guys. See how this is working in flight, and when we get closer to the end and we go for some landing, I'll jump back in with you. Alright guys, so we're coming up on our landing here. I had to go ahead and go off Copilot and take control. Lots of glitches with Copilot. They don't tend to land very well. Sometimes they crash, they miss the runway, and sometimes they just don't go to land at all. They just keep flying forever. So I took control, and we're just going to do a quick landing. It's going to be rough. I wasn't really prepared and hooked up here for for playing, but we're gonna do a quick landing so you can see. Same thing on this build as every build I test this game on. As soon as you get close to the ground, as soon as you get ready to land, you take a huge hit in performance. That's not just on Shadow, that's on everything that I test this game on. So a little bit of a rough landing here, but I wanted to show that as a consistency to my testing. If you go back and look at other videos on the channel for this game, you'll see very similar, even on my local build. So here we are. I'm just going to take off again. Very skilled takeoff, if you will, here, where we don't crash and we made it right above the water. And I honestly didn't think I was going to make that, but I did. So anyways, I wanted to show you that landing and takeoff there. Every machine seems to take a big performance hit when you land, but once you're back up in the air, things are just fine. So thanks for coming to check out the video, guys. I really appreciate it. Hope this shows you how Flight Simulator can run on Shadow PC Boost Package. It's definitely possible. Hopefully this game will get optimized more in the future. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and I really appreciate you coming to check out the video. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.